y'all, my name is Skylar and this is my very delayed May TBR. So it's currently May 11th, so this is a little late, but I figured better late than never, and I wanted to get this up because I am participating in 2 readathons this month. Both readathons are a whole month long, so I have the entire month of May to get them done, which is great for somebody who works 40 plus hours a week and volunteers and has other things and enjoys sleep. So the 2 readathons that I'm going to participate in this month are the Asian readathon created by Read with Cindy. I'll link her video down below explaining the readathon, explaining all the rules. She also has links to a Google Doc that has book ideas for you to read, and then I'll include links for the hosts. There's, I think, 5 other hosts for this readathon, so I'll include their channels down below as well, so you can check out their TBR videos and see what they're reading. And I'm also going to participate in the Finish a Series readathon created by Darshell from Books and Planners. I'll leave her video link down below explaining the rules for the Finish a Series readathon. Both are very easy. The Asian readathon does have challenges, and I do have a book for each challenge. The Finish a Series readathon is literally what it sounds like. You just have to finish one series. If you finish one series, you did it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Without further ado, here are the books that I'll be reading in the month of May. So since I'm linking Cindy's video down below, I'm not going to explain everything for the readathon, but I will say which book is completing what challenge. There is a twist, and it's that while you can double up on challenges, every book that you read has to feature a character or an author of a different Asian ethnicity, so, which I think is fair. It encourages cultural diversity. For the first challenge, it's just to read a book from any Asian author or featuring any Asian characters, and I picked The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi. Since it's already May 11th, I have to be completely transparent. I've actually finished this book already. I finished it last night. It is better than I expected from the reviews that I've seen on BookTube. I feel like people have been really harsh when it came to this book, and I kind of get it. Like, it did have a slow start, a lot of things weren't explained, but I really liked it, especially towards the end. The end has me like, I need the next book. I need to know what happens. Like, how are they gonna, and how is he gonna do that, and oh my god, like, so I really enjoyed this book. I'll probably do a little wrap up on it later in the month once I've finished all my reading. But yeah, so this was for challenge number 1. So for challenge number 2, it's to read a graphic novel. And I chose My Brother's Husband by Gengoro Tagami. I've never read a graphic novel ever. I've never read a comic book. I've never read a manga, which is what this is. I've just never previously been interested in it. But I remember watching Chelsea Dowling reads, and she read this, she loved it, and I was like, it just sounds interesting, it sounds good. This is one of those books that can complete challenges 1 through 4, but I'm only using it for challenge 2. I really loved it. I did read this already as well. I read this the very first day of May. I stayed up a little later than I normally do, just so I could finish it. It was so cute, and I'm definitely gonna order volume 2. I think it's only 2 volumes. I think it's just volume 1 and volume 2. There was kind of a cliffhanger at the end of this that had me like, I thought we were past this. But I'm really excited to continue with this series and maybe delve into more manga, which is something I never thought I would say. I will say I used to watch a lot of anime, and so be prepared for my immense stupidity in this next moment. So while I was reading this, I remember just thinking, wow, it's like I'm reading an anime. Like, no duh, Skylar. Most animes are based off of a manga. What an idiot. I felt so stupid the minute I thought that, but you know, it's all good. So challenge number 3 is to read a book featuring an intersectional Asian character or written by an intersectional Asian author. And so I am going to read The Bride Test by Helen Huang herself. So while the author is neurodiverse, she also writes about neurodiverse characters. This book follows Kai. Kai is on the spectrum, and so he feels like he has no feelings, and with feeling like you have no feelings. He feels like he can never fall in love and have that sort of life experience. Read her book, The Kiss Quotient, last year. It was my favorite romance that I read last year, and I read a lot of romance novels, an embarrassing amount of romance novels. I just really am excited, so I will for sure be reading this next. But yeah, this completes challenge number 3. It looks so cute. So I've heard only good things about it from people who have had ARCs and had the opportunity to already read it. So I'm really excited to jump in to her second novel. So the 4th challenge was to read a book that was written in the author's original language but then translated. Or no, it's just to read a book written in the author's original language, but translated books count. Since the only language I can read is English, I had to pick up a translated book. That's true. I picked up 1,000 Miles to Freedom, My Escape from North Korea by Yunsun Kim with Sebastian Valetti, translated by David Shan. I think that's how you say that. So this book it's about what it sounds like. It's about a family's escape from North Korea, and it was actually a 9-year journey. They started their escape when Yunsun was only 11, and then it took them 9 years to finally leave the country. So I'm really interested to read this. I love true stories. I love memoirs about people's lives, and especially. So I'm enthusiastic to pick this up. I will for sure be reading this and finishing this month. So the 5th challenge is just to read the group book, which is 1,000 Beginnings and Endings, edited by Ellen O and Elsie Chapman. This is, what do they call these? I can't remember what they call these things when they're like short stories all put together. That'll drive me freaking insane. What do you call a bind up of short stories? Anthology. That's the word I was looking for. It says it's 15 retellings of Asian myths and legends. This is an anthology with short stories written by Renee Adier, Elsie Chapman, Roshani Chokshi, Melissa De La Cruz, Julie Kagawa, Cindy Pon, Alyssa Wong, E.C. Myers. I mean, it's a lot of people. So I'm excited. I've never read an anthology before, so I'm not sure how I will get along with short stories, but I'm excited. I think I will just kind of do a thing where I read a couple of them a night, starting on May 20th, because there is a live show for this. It's happening on the 25th of May on Read with Cindy's channel, so I will read this closer to that live show so I can actually remember what I read. And so then the final set of books that I'm reading for this month are gonna be fulfilling the Finish a Series Readathon. So the first 2 books that I'll read for the Finish a Series Readathon are going to be the last 2 books in the Shades of Magic series by V.E. Schwab. We have A Gathering of Shadows and A Conjuring of Light. I purchased all 3 books from this series at the same time with full intention of binging this series, and I don't know why that never happened. I blew through A Darker Shade of Magic. It was by far one of my most favorite books that I read last year. Loved it. I just loved it. I loved the characters. It was so interesting. I loved the magic system. I loved the different Londons. I loved the relationships between the characters. I couldn't tell you why I didn't continue on. I actually think that I've read like up to A Prince at Large. I think I stopped, and I don't know why, but it's about time that I read these. And you know what? Now I'm looking at them, they're really big. And it's already the 11th. I feel like I'm really excited that the last 3 books that I have to read for the Asian Readathon are on the shorter side. I feel like I could read The Bride Test today. After I finish filming, I'll probably just pick it up and immediately start reading. And this is only like 228 pages, and then, you know, got a game plan for reading this book. So am I being ambitious in thinking that I could finish these 2? How many pages are in this book? This is, okay, that's acknowledgements. This is 512 pages. Okay, it's 509 pages. And then this one is, great, 624 pages. So that's 1,000 pages that I'll have to read at some point. can do it. And so the last book that I'm going to be reading for the Finish a Series Readathon is the last book in a series, and that is the Carvel series by Stephanie Garber. This came out on, I think, the 14th. And so this is the last book. I've already read Carvel and I've already read Legendary. I just enjoy this series. It's not the best fantasy young adult series out there in the entire world. It's not complicated to keep up with. It's just a good time. I just enjoy it. I think it's fun. And I want to know how it ends. I want to know, do my favorite characters from the series end up together? I would like to think everybody gets paired up in the end. I just like people being happy, and I feel like these characters would be happiest if they were all paired up with their significant others and everything was sunshine and rainbows. And I just don't know if that's what Miss Stephanie has in plan, but I really, really hope that's what's in this book. If not, so those are all the books that I plan on reading in the month of May. I'm gonna be completely honest, I have read other books besides this stack right here already, like ebooks. I'm trying to think. I think I've read like 3 or 4 other books already. So my TBR is a little ambitious this month. I'm reading a lot. So comment down below, let me know what you're reading. If you have a TBR video that you've already made this month, please link it down below too. I would love to watch it and see what you're reading. If you don't make TBRs, link a video of a book that you've just recently read and reviewed. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!